sitting rising test, or also known as the sit to stand test. This is Dr. Wade, physical therapist with Physical Therapy and Balance Centers. What we're going to do today is learn how to do the sitting rising test to see how functional, how strong you are, or how weak you are, and how that relates to your longevity. So let's learn how to do this test. I'm going to call in my assistant, my trusty assistant Saga right here. This is how the test works. First of all, we're just seeing how well you can sit on the ground first and then stand without using any support. You start with 10 points, okay? As you use support, like touching your hand down or your knee or fall off balance, we deduct points, okay? So let's do one really quick and then we'll go back through the points to see how this works. So, let's see how well you do. You're going to do a good one this time, right? All right, so let's see how well you do. So he sits down, no hands, no support, didn't fall off balance. Great. He stands back up, he put a hand down. All right, so let's talk about that. So you start with 10 points. Each time that you support or fall off balance, you take 1 point off, okay? Well, actually, if you fall off balance, you will take a half point, and we'll get into that. But you saw him touch his hand down, that was 1 point off. So he scored a 9. Okay, so you start with a 10, and then each time you make a mistake, you take a point off. So let's do another one here. Let's see if he can do a clean run without touching. Okay, so he has the seat, sits down, and then he stands back up. Great, no support, everything worked out good. 10, great, scored a 10. You got a 10, buddy. Woohoo. All right, now let's see what happens when things start to break down, because you'll see a lot of people that do this. In fact, you might have this situation here. So as he goes down, he touches us 1, 2. All right, so he touched 2 hands there. He didn't fall off balance. So I'm taking 2 points off already. All right, I'm taking 2 points off. So 10 minus 2, we're at 8. Okay, so he goes to stand up, puts a hand down, puts a knee down, and he comes up. I'm taking 2 more off. Okay, so that's 4. So he lost 4 points. He didn't fall off balance, so everything looks good there. So 4 points from 10, that's 6. Okay, so let's talk about the scores now. Thank you. So, anything from 8 to 10, live a long life. You're healthy, living a long life. Great. There's no data that shows you're going to have an early death because of a physical issue as far as your weakness goes in your function, okay? Or your strength and function. So let's say you scored somewhere between 6.5 and 7. If you scored anywhere between 6.5 and 7, then yes, you are twice as likely to die earlier than the group that scored 8 to 10, okay? If you score from 3.5 to 5.5, then you are 3.5 times as likely to die earlier than the people that score 8 to 10. So we know that. Unfortunately, if you score somewhere between 0, which is rare, 0 and 3, those participants died within 6 years of the study being done. So somewhere between now and 6 years. So if you score above a 3, we know you probably got about 6 more years at least. So there you have it. That's the sitting rising test. So try it out. If you have a problem with it, the way you fix it, get with your local physical therapist and let's get a good exam on you and find out where the problems are. You could have a knee, hip, low back. It could be a balance disorder that could be disturbing your ability to be able to get up and down off the floor. You should live a long, healthy life being able to get up and down off the floor without using support, even into older ages there, okay? So there you have it. Give it a try. Get with your therapist if you have a problem with it. If you don't, just try it every now and then and see how you do, okay? So this is Dr. Wade with Physical Therapy and Balance Centers. Be sure to check out our link below to get more information, and I'll see you in the next video.